Welcome to the Personal Finance Workbench. All right, unless you've been living under a rock, you know that there will be a presidential election in the year 2020. From a personal finance perspective, my question today is, what changes should I make in my investments because of the election? That's a big question. I believe that everyone should have a financial plan, and I, of course, do have a financial plan. Planning is key in finance. Most wealthy people didn't just stumble into wealth. They got rich by following a plan. Even if you don't want to get rich, I believe that everyone should have a financial plan. Anyway, back to the elections. What changes should I make in my investments? It's a complex question, and I couldn't answer it easily. My crystal ball was smashed into bits, and I can no longer predict the future. So, like everybody else, I have to take guesses about the future. Well, if I put my money under a rock, then it will probably lose purchasing power because of inflation. If I bring all my money to Atlantic City and bet it on the roulette wheel, I could lose it all in a flash. I could just leave everything on autopilot and make no changes. But before I consider this, I'm going to go ahead and try and understand what might happen after the election. The president has influence on international trade and domestic business law and tax law, and those are all important for economics and finance. I thought about my time horizon. I need some short-term money to pay for food and keep the lights on, and I need some long-term investments that are meant to provide money during retirement. I also considered political party misalignment. That is, if the president and the majority of Congress are from different parties, then everyone must negotiate to get laws changed. My experience is that when there's political misalignment, then things move very slowly in Washington, and what you get are laws which have lots of compromises. These laws tend to be evolutionary, not revolutionary. I also considered my risk tolerance. Yeah, I know that there are lots of folks out there with more risk tolerance than me. Someone who is a big risk taker may be willing to take this month's mortgage payment to Atlantic City and place it all on a bet on the roulette wheel, but that's not me. How each person invests depends upon their particular risk tolerance and their particular circumstances. I am an investor, I am not a gambler. As I got deeper and deeper into this topic, I realized that this video could run on for days. I needed some way to avoid analysis paralysis. That's the inability to make a decision because there's just too much information to consider and you really can't come to a conclusion. So, here is how I am planning to play my investments for the 2020 elections. I am long on America. I am betting on continued long-term economic growth for the country. My bet is that the hundreds of millions of people that live in the United States will continue to work to improve their lives and therefore the country's economy. These people will each continue to work toward the American dream of making tomorrow better than today. I believe that the accumulated influence of these people is more than the influence of the president. Because of this, I am not planning to make any major changes to my investment strategy based upon the upcoming elections. I am betting that the people of the USA will continue to push for growth in the overall economy, and I believe that the occupant of the White House, whatever their political affiliation, will not cause a long-term derailment of the American dream. But I am not an investing professional. I am not telling you how to invest your money. I'm just telling you what I'm thinking about doing with mine. How are you planning to play the 2020 elections in your portfolio? Feel free to post a comment about your investing strategy for the elections and thereafter. Good luck to all of us.